welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hopefully that last one was a productive one for you. For me, not too bad. I started doing the post radio show promo stuff, so I got it up on one social media platform for the radio show, and I'm just got like 3 more or something like that. So cool. I'm gonna work on that. All right. Let me go ahead and show you something that I thought was pretty cool on the internet. Now, first, I'm going to show a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to add a bunch of links to things. So it'll be next to the recording of the video on untilit.works. And it's a thing I've spoken about before, and it's pretty cool, and it's got even cooler in my opinion. And so we've spoken about before about like WebXR, right? And I've been a fan of doing XR content for a minute. So I even created this website, xoxr.games. So this here, where I wanted to actually, I just totally stopped stream. My bad. Screen share. I hit stop instead of actually. So right here, yes. So I created this WebXR tic-tac-toe game with voice chat, right? And I did this a while ago, but now I kind of left it alone for a minute. And so now there's this, share this tab instead, that's what I need to click, where there's this framework called XR blocks that allow you to create WebXR technology, applications easier. And it's running on Android XR, right? And the cool thing about Android XR, there's actually, there's devices. So I have the Galaxy XR, and there's this Project Aura, which are like smart glasses frames, you know what I'm saying? So they're not the big headset, but and so I'm looking forward to being able to play with that more. But you can create immersive web applications, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty dope. You kind of see you can do all the different things here. All this, we've spoken about this before, and so really cool. Now, came across my new news feed, right? Because I guess because it knows I'm into WebXR, but there's this thing now. I saw this blog post where I'm gonna post a link to this as well. I'm gonna post a link to my game if you want to play it as well, the tic-tac-toe game. I'm probably gonna like recreate it at some point. And let me get back to here, this one. So now there is this announcement that came out, and Turn Creative, how's that look? Really make this larger. Hold on. Zoom in a little bit. All right. So now this is pretty dope. It's under Gemini for Google for Developers. All right. Their blog. And turn creative prompts into interactive XR experiences with Gemini. And I'm a big fan of Gemini. I've been using Gemini a lot for certain things. And I think since I bought a Chromebook, I got Gemini Pro for like a year or something. I don't know. I have Gemini Pro, and I've been playing around with it and using it as much as possible. One of the most recent ones was that I was recently in Sweden, and Sweden is very cold. I'm from Florida, and Florida, Sweden, different climates. And I didn't want to take, I didn't want to have to check a bag. International flights, I try to avoid checking bags. I've not had great experiences with that, so I wanted to keep everything into a carry-on. And so I was like, well, it's a cold place. I'm going to have a lot more clothes. Is there anything I can do to condense everything to be able to fit into a carry-on? And so I asked Google Gemini, deep thought, deep thinking? We'll take a look at it. And it came up with like a list of wardrobe and things. I bought it, and it worked well. Like I was not as freezing as I thought I would have been, and everything fit into a carry on, and I was able to fit in my XR headset in there as well. So I'm a big fan of Google Gemini. All right, now this here is super cool. So it's taking, XR, which I'm a fan of, and Gemini, and putting them all together, right? And so, like, pretty dope. When I saw this, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And shouts to Rufai Du. We've spoken about him before. Shouts to him and Benjamin Hirsch. All right, for putting this together. This just came out like 3 days ago, and I was kind of playing with it already. So shouts to them. All right, now see, like this is pretty cool. I like this graphic, like the prompt, and then you have your magical world or whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. Now, a release of Canvas, which I've kind of played with, but not really done so much with. You know what I'm saying? But with the release of Canvas in the Gemini web app, our Android XR team began to explore how we might use it to make immersive computing accessible to developers and users at large. We noticed that Gemini is particularly adept at generating interactive 3D web graphics and asked a simple question. What if you could experience Gemini's 3D web creations in extended reality? Sounds pretty dope. So, to test this, our team collaborated to build an immersive biology simulation. Oh, that's cool. Gemini first modeled the complex interactions between blood cells and rendered them visually using WebGL and 3JS. And yeah, shout out to WebGL and 3JS. They make basically any sort of like 3D visualization on the web possible. Amazing. It looked like a living textbook illustration, but the shift occurred when we converted that content to XR using WebXR APIs, which again, I'm a big fan of WebXR APIs. Fun fact, 2026 marks 10 years since the first version of Web, it was actually WebVR back then, that it was released, that it was published. So 10 years, and it's gone through so many things, and it's pretty dope. All right, so a button appeared on the screen, enter XR. Exploring car-sized blood cells at a subcellular scale demonstrated Gemini's capability to build fully realized interactive XR experiences. This led to the development of tools that allow you to build complex 3D prototypes and interactive models significantly faster than traditional methods. So because you have like a model everything, you know what I'm saying, using, again, 3JS and WebGL to be able to do all that. Here's how you can give this a try yourself and turn your ideas into functional 3D experiences with ease. And so this is, I guess, the cell thing that they built, the cellular simulation, yes. All right, so get started building 3D experiences with Gemini. With high fidelity, XR development traditionally requires a broad range of skills. Gemini offers a new way to rapidly prototype, and it says rapidly prototype. And if you check out here, that was one of the things over here that let me see, that XR blocks is all about. Rapid prototype, yeah, enable rapidly. Where's XR blocks? Enabling rapid prototyping of complex XR, AI and XR apps, right? So it fits perfectly with what they got going on over here. All right, yeah. So this approach allows you to quickly move from a creative spark to a functional experience you can test immediately. To begin building your own interactive environments, you'll need a Samsung Galaxy XR headset, which I have, and access to Gemini 3 Pro, which I have. Awesome. And so set up your XR. I didn't know about Gemini gems before. You know what I'm saying? So there's an XR gem. So you can start with the pre-built XR blocks, which we just saw, gem, or build your own version by downloading. So it's like a prompt. Everything's prompts nowadays. And so to give Gemini advanced perception capabilities for realistic AR physics. Now, this prompt is just a text file. You know, let's see if we can take a look at it. Because I was looking at it a little bit before. Let me see if I can open it up. It's literally just a text file. Open up this. Let me bring it into here. Will this open up here? Can I share this? All right, cool. And then let me make this larger. It's amazing. Like, all right, so let me share this tab instead. So basically, right, this is the text file that I downloaded, right? This is the prompt I was talking about. And it's cool to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, it helps me also kind of understand what's needed to be able to create applications. and helps me with my prompting because I'm still not that great at it. But it basically shows everything. So it's like it gave it rules. So it says act as an expert in 3JS, WebXR, WebGL, and a creative technologist. Author new WebXR experiences with Gemini Canvas if available. And then it gives it like this, almost like I'm assuming it's like a kind of like a YAML thing. You know what I'm saying? And so treat users' text input as my XR experience. So it kind of like you plug that in there. It gave it like a variable, which that's pretty cool. I've never seen that. And then give you some rules. And it says strictly adhere to the following engineering guidelines. And I think that's important because AI tends to like veer off on random things. So if you tell like, hey, no, you need to follow these rules to make this work, and these are the imports that you normally need for all your different XR block WebXR experiences. So it's cool to see. All right, they got everything here. Dope. And then the different things like I'll talk about here. Here's the XR blocks, 3JS version. Talk about the framework, architecture, styling. Pretty cool stuff. And then if you need Gemini, it's like, all right, you put this API key stuff in here. Pretty cool. And it gives you like the basic HTML template and all this stuff, right? So that's pretty cool that this helps make everything work. So you'll be able to actually, if you want to like modify it for your own needs, you'll be able to do that too. So that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like, hey, there's this thing, you must use this. You can actually modify it. Pretty cool. All right, let me get back to this tab instead. All right, so to give Gemini advanced perception capabilities for realistic AR physics, upload it to a new gem in the Gemini web interface and add a description like, you are a creative and resourceful WebXR developer with superb aesthetic taste. Like you're giving it like all sorts of like, like, hey, you're awesome. And technical execution. And any other information to capture your vision. This persona allows Gemini to interpret your visual scene and use image generation tools to create polished 3D textures. And then you launch the experience. So you open Gemini in Chrome on your Galaxy XR and start a new chat. Oh, so they're saying do it on Galaxy. I didn't even think about doing that on Galaxy XR itself. That is pretty dope. I didn't think about doing that. I just did it in my browser. I was so excited. I didn't even do that. And then try prompting to embed Gemini Live within the experience. Okay, that's like Gemini Live is like the AI stuff. We can like talk to it like a chat, like a pretty cool. This allows you to talk to Gemini directly or even continue creating without leaving the immersive session. That's pretty cool. So when you're in your XR thing, oh, that's pretty cool. You'd be like, hey, create this thing or something right here. It'll do it in front of you. That's pretty dope. All right, cool. And then build and iterate. Yes. Then you can see some of the stuff here, like the running with dinosaurs. Screen capture of a user creating a volcanic world and adding dinosaurs. Also, it's like adding dinosaurs as you go along. That's pretty cool. And then ideas to get you building today. So make a pen that draws rainbows in 3D. That's pretty cool. So you can create all sorts of different like experiences, which is kind of dope. It's kind of amazing. Wait, did this say it has access to your video? Wait, hold on, give me a second here. I've been kind of like playing around with it, and so I'm interested in seeing if this thing said it. Because some of the stuff I've been working on is like doing communications. You know what I'm saying? Because I work at a communications company, and I set it up to where you can answer phone calls in your WebXR. Or does site can use your camera? Okay, that's dope. Because right now mine says site can use your microphone, and that's because I have it to where you can answer phone calls in your WebXR experience. You know what I mean? And it's pretty cool. And so this is pretty dope. I'm gonna be doing like talks and stuff on it, hopefully. So and workshops. And there's like an origami bird thing that lands in your hand. It's kind of amazing. And so they have all these different other ones that you can try. And so it's pretty dope using these things. Create a smart planetarium with real star data from these spots and create a clone of your favorite 80s game, reskin it to be cat themed, like all these random things. It's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And so we saw that. We spoke about that, right? So I took that and I took it upon myself to give it a shot and try it out. So I created, I don't know why I thought about this, but I created it like a coral reef. I don't know if it's because I'm from Florida or whatever. We have like coral reefs and things, but I thought that'd be pretty cool. And so I created a coral reef. So this is XR blocks that we've seen before, and it's an actual coral reef. Now I didn't do it around everywhere, but just in the front. I probably should have said. Then you can see like, well, these are supposed to be like fish. I didn't say do it realistic. It says, or what I actually asked it, I would like to create an XR environment that recreates a coral reef with all the animals and plant life. I would like there to be bubbles that when you touch one, it pops. Can you create that, please? And so let me see. It's kind of hard because here you go. Oh, it is not set. Okay, I have to user. Really hard to touch the bubbles. There you go. Got one. And it makes like boo, boo noise. Come here. Oh, this one. Yeah, okay, they're very difficult. And there's like fish and everything. And you can move this thing around. But yeah, I mean, for a one-shot thing, it did it. And it said, I've created a single. Oh, here we can take a look at the code. And so you can see there's the same imports that we saw before. And it actually went through and just I like when it actually like will comment things and kind of tell you like what things are. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? So you can go back and learn from this. That's why I think the important thing about this is that you can go back and learn from it. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's pretty dope. All right. And so in my excitement, I tweeted about it because that's what one does apparently nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You tweet things. And so I tweeted this. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure exactly how to share it. Like how if there's a way to take that experience and like make it so other people can check it out, like make it like its own website. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out because the share only shares the actual thing, the actual like the prompt section. And I want to be able to share just the actual website itself that it created. But I can always copy and paste that somewhere else. But yeah. And it all did it in one single file, which is pretty cool too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I have to set up a whole bunch of stuff. And so yeah, so I tweeted about it. I gave a shout out to Rufe Do as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them and the Gemini app team and everybody for putting this together. And yeah, pretty dope stuff, right? And then Rufe Do actually like responded or did like a quote tweet or something. I don't know. Again, I'm not really on social media like that. But then yeah, so he said, glad that you liked it. Try more creations like dandelion, growing vines in your room, and volleyball game that allows me to catch volleyballs and let the ball collide with the environment. So you know what? Why not try that? Let's give that a shot. You know what I'm saying? And so I figured we'll go ahead and give that a shot. Open up a new thing here. Share this tab instead. All right, so here we are, right? Oh, but I need the gem. So let me go back to the link. Let me see, is there a way? Because again, I've never heard of gems before. And so I wasn't sure how to actually even get to that. All right, so I'm just going to click the link that was in the blog post. I'm back to the blog post here. And where is it? Here we go. All right, so let's go and check out this XR Blocks gem. Open that new tab. All right, and that loads up Gemini for me. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna make this larger. All right, so XR Blocks are Gemini Canvas version. Oh, it's not even 1.0 yet. That's pretty dope. All right, and so yeah, I have my recent one here. That's cool. Transform your ideas into magical interactive worlds for Android XR. Whether you want to summon a beautiful dandelion or create an XR volleyball game, okay, that's what we're going to be doing, that reacts to your hand. Just telling your vision, I bridge the gap. Yeah, I bridge the gap between imagination and immersion, letting you build the impossible in seconds in an Android XR headset like Galaxy XR on desktop. We automatically offer you a simulated environment to preview the app, smiley face. Please use Gemini Pro on an Android XR headset for real immersion or desktop Chrome for preview. And that's what we're going to do now. And yeah, so we have the web and all this other stuff too. Pretty dope. All right. So let's go ahead and already selected canvas for me. I'm going to pop this in here. Volleyball game that does that. And let's go ahead and I'm going to do it on the fast mode. I guess it really doesn't matter because there's like pro. Let me do pro because it has some coding involved. I'm not sure if that matters, but let's do it on pro. All right, and I'm like I have access to it. Why not? So here we go. So it's thinking. All right. And again, it has all those instructions from the gem that we saw before. Like he'll use these like imports, like so it's going to make sure it does all those things in there, include all those things. And so it's building it, doing refining the catch. All right. Constructing the environment. I wonder what the environment's going to look like. It's pretty cool. You can actually see like what it's doing, which is kind of dope. And so you kind of like, again, learn how this thing is doing what it's doing. Finalizing grab. There's like on select, this grab balls on select. And so it gives you like other events and things you can like listen for. Tracking velocity, designing the ball. See all this stuff? Like, imagine having to like try and think about all these things. You know what I'm saying? Integrating everything, iterating on physics, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like checking import dependencies, verifying dependencies, finding import map, validating physics. Like it's doing all this stuff for you. Refining the throw again, refining the throwing, designing the UI. All right. I have a volleyball game class extended. Okay. All right. Nice. Finalizing the throw logic, implementing the throw. This is pretty cool. And again, it gives you like insight, like if you want to create your own thing. So I will build a WebXR experience. All right. Since the balloon pop game applies. Oh, it's like it's basically on like a balloon pop thing. That's pretty cool. All right. So volleyball catch and throw. Let's take a look at this code here. All right. It's up the volleyball game, extending the XV script. All right. Which is the XR blocks. Pretty cool. In the setting up lighting. Like there's so much stuff that you kind of think about. And it's going to start it up here. And then this is just whenever you're using like XR blocks, it's kind of like showing you like, all right, this is like your like the tutorial kind of thing. And then oh wow, like it matches your hand thing. Oh wow, okay. I don't know what to do here. Okay, so I guess if I move the hand in the way, no. Okay, no. This would be a lot easier, like if I was in my headset, probably. And yeah, maybe I need to make a fist. But yeah, like this is a really good starter. I don't know why I'm doing 3 at a time. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, wait, there's a hands. Oh, it's kind of, I can't tell where in space they are. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, what was that, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes? And I have something to work with, can kind of play around with and be able to look at the code, understand what it's doing, look up stuff I don't understand, and make it more to what I like. That is pretty dope. And I like, and it's like good code, like it's clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what it's doing because I'm just looking at it now. But yeah, and everything, like I like how it set it up. It's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying, tell you about the controller stuff, sync physical rigid bodies to visible 3JS meshes. So like when you hit, I guess, with your hand and stuff, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Enable the UI, enable hands so it can track your hands. That's pretty dope. So like this is pretty cool because it'll help me learn the framework even more. Like learn things like, oh, I didn't know you could do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I just thought all that was pretty awesome. Shouts to everybody involved. And I'm just kind of hyped about it. And I've been talking about this long enough. So again, I'm posting links to everything next to the recording of this video so you can check it out for yourself. But that is kind of amazing to where this type of stuff allows me to be able to learn new things because I like to see and touch and play around with stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really getting into this WebXR stuff now, especially like with Android XR and the devices that are supposed to be coming out. And I'm really excited. I'm back into it again. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, because I've always been a fan of like XR and especially specifically WebXR. And this stuff is kind of like making it like exciting again for me. You know what I'm saying? To be able to just build stuff and try things. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. But shouts to everybody involved. I'm gonna get y'all back to work so I can get back to work. I need to finish putting together the post radio show promo stuff. And yeah, Have you tried it? Let me know if you've tried anything, and then share it with me, and I want to try it and check it out. All right, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna send you all off with some traveling music. When we come back, like 15 minutes after the hour, we'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos, maybe you'll become a fan. But till then, I'm gonna send you all off with this traveling music. It's getting so dark. It is like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is mad dark outside. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna rain or something. Wow. All right, so this is Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you like 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. Y'all be easy. Thanks again, y'all, and peace.
I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like there, and everybody says there. We spread love like there. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there